Hongfeng textile workers and families rally in desperation amidst economic collapse. Rampant fires sweep China on Lantern Festival, official reports face skepticism. Cover-up unraveled, CCP conceals Guizhou Inferno Devastation as public outcry escalates. Fake news fury, Chinese troops caught staging extreme wind drama in viral video. Surge in deaths and full funeral parlors uncovered in Yinqing, Jiangsu. Hongfeng textile workers and families rally in desperation amidst economic collapse. On February 25, textile workers of Hongfeng Group went on strike for the third consecutive day in Guizhou City, Ningxia. Hongfeng textile workers launched a strike on the 23rd of this month because the company was in arrears with wages and social security as well as medical insurance payments. A netizen shared their view about the situation. The current situation for workers in the factory is very hard. It's difficult to survive. The number of people participating in the protest is increasing as they become more desperate. The factory cannot provide solutions. It's impossible to sustain life with a little bit of salary, let alone none. For female workers, the situation is becoming increasingly untenable. The factory is unable to provide necessary support for them. There are many issues with contributing to the pension fund and medical insurance. Wages are not being disbursed fairly to female workers. It is truly a dire situation. Another netizen said, even when the factory is making money, nobody cares about us. Now, we can't even get a little benefit that we earn. Everyone here is the same. Our family is standing here with us, hoping to escape the situation. According to reports, Ningxia Hongfeng Textile Group is one of the governing units of Shandong Guizhou Hongfeng Group, one of the top 100 enterprises in the cotton spinning industry in the country. In 2013, it invested and built a factory in Lidong District, Guizhou City. It is located in Area B of Wool Textile Park, Jingji Industrial Park, Lidong District, Guizhou City. As China's economy went downhill, so did the profit of many factories in all industrial regions in China. One of the primary factors contributing to this issue is the overall economic slowdown that China has been experiencing. Particularly hard hit have been the construction and manufacturing sectors, with the former reeling from government policies aimed at cooling an overheated property market. These policies, while preventing economic overheating, have inadvertently led to halted projects and unpaid wages for millions of workers. The protests started on the 21st this month, when workers gathered at the gate and asked for their rights. With no avail, the protest escalated to even their family joining them. Luckily, no police or any security force suppressed them as the situation becomes tense. Let hope justice comes to these workers. Rampant fires sweep China on Lantern Festival, official reports face skepticism. This year, during the Lantern Festival, fires broke out non-stop in mainland China. As mountain fires raged in the south, at least 3 cities reported building fires, with one high-rise residential building in Jiangsu burning from the bottom up into a huge fiery dragon. February 24th was the traditional Lantern Festival in China. That night, videos circulated showing a high-rise residential building catching fire in Jiangsu City, Heilongjiang Province. The flames quickly spread from the first floor to the 17th floor of the same unit, with raging fire and thick smoke constantly bursting out from the windows on each floor, forming an enormous fiery dragon. A voiceover in one of the videos stated, "From the first to the 17th floor, all of them were burnt through." According to mainland media reports, the fire started in one of the units of a high-rise residential building in Sanjiang Business City. Nearby businesses said the fire broke out around 7 p.m. Other businesses claimed the fire was suspected to have started on the exterior wall before spreading upwards. Local authorities later announced the major fire had been extinguished with no casualties. However, such claims were questioned by internet users. On the same night, online videos showed a huge fire breaking out at a toy store in Longhua Market in Shenzhen, Guangdong, with over a dozen fire trucks arriving at the scene, indicating serious flames. Public information shows Longhua Market is a stationery and toy wholesale market. As of now, there has been no official announcement from the Chinese Communist Party on casualties and property losses. Earlier that morning, videos circulated allegedly showing a residential building catching fire in Shuijia Xinjia Garden in Haishu District, Ningbo City, Zhejiang Province. The videos show a 6-story residential building with fire and thick smoke bursting out from the windows on the top floor before fire trucks arrive to extinguish the flames. One of the videos shows the water pressure from the fire trucks seemingly inadequate as the water streams fail to reach the 6th floor. But in another video, the water stream touches one fiery window but appears ineffective. Flames burst out from another window on the other side of the building without any water stream shooting in. There has likewise been no official announcement of this incident. In the early morning hours of February 23, a high-rise residential building in Mingshanxi Yuan No. 6 building in Yuwatai District, Nanjing City, Jiangsu Province was engulfed in a major fire that spread from the first floor to over the 30th floor. That day, officials only claimed 4 deaths, before admitting at least 15 dead and 44 injured the next day. That afternoon, a fire also broke out in Tiedayuan neighborhood in Fuxing District, Handan City, Hebei Province. Eyewitnesses said the fire occurred on the 5th floor. A man on the 6th floor was forced to jump off the building. His condition remains unknown. Local authorities only responded that the fire has been extinguished without announcing casualties. Cover-up unraveled, CCP conceals Guizhou Inferno Devastation as public outcry escalates. The Guizhou mountain fires broke out on February 18 and have been burning for 5 days, impacting half the province. However, Chinese state media has only provided sporadic coverage, creating the illusion that only a few locations caught fire and the fire is under control. According to independent reports, Guizhou is very mountainous. After 5 days, the mountain fire has spread to hundreds of locations across half of Guizhou province. Even with all available emergency personnel deployed, the raging fires across the mountains are now beyond control. The only hope is for heavy rains. Circulated videos show that because many mountain villages are connected, the huge fires have destroyed numerous houses. Many villagers lost their homes overnight. Currently, state media has only reported the deaths of 2 firefighters, likely for positive propaganda needs. But the full extent of casualties and property damage in the disaster area is still difficult to estimate. As more Chinese netizens learn the truth about the Guizhou fires, they are criticizing the CCP's manipulation of public opinion through cover-ups and distraction. Many bloggers are posting videos condemning the barrage of tabloid gossip flooding the screens. They pointedly comment that Chinese people should at least have the basic right to know about disasters happening in their own homeland. Many netizens are also chiming in, indirectly criticizing the authorities for suppressing the Guizhou fire coverage and using celebrity gossip to divert attention. Although censoring media coverage of the Guizhou fires, the CCP is still actively deploying its internet army to steer public opinion and whitewash its image. This includes tactics like glorifying emergency crews to build the regime's credibility. Fake news fury, Chinese troops caught staging extreme wind drama in viral video. It is well known that Chinese media under the CCP's control often manufacture fake news to portray an idealized or powerful image of China and stir up public sentiment. A recent viral video showing Chinese soldiers planting a 5-star flag on the border in 10-level gale force winds has drawn attention. On February 22, former Chinese media professional Zhao Longjian posted an article on an overseas social media platform, sharing a video from China News Service showing Chinese troops struggling to advance and plant the 5-star flag on the border in 10-level winds. He first questioned how the camera work showed no shake at all despite the claimed 10-level winds, asking sarcastically if a large stabilizer was brought to the Qinghai Tibet Plateau. Zhao then questioned how 10-level winds could blow people but not the grass on the ground, suggesting the soldiers are even more fragile than grass. Also, the soldiers' pratfalls appear overly performative and completely unrealistic. The video's absurdity makes it seem more like monkeys performing tricks than soldiers carrying out duties. Zhao said, China News Service's Twitter account is pitiful, with only Wumao trolls fanning the flames. China News Service only gets foreign attention when they make fake news. He called on netizens to share his article to expose the malpractices of China News Service and Chinese troops to the world. After the video circulated, online discussions ensued. Netizens asked how it's possible the red flag blew people over while grass on the ground did not move a bit. Some said any fakers should have basic common sense. 10-level winds would have blown away the flag and people. If you believe it was real wind, the highest level would be 8, for someone to walk against it while holding a flag. Others asked if the videographer was Superman to withstand the winds. Surge in deaths and full funeral parlors uncovered in Yanqing, Jiangsu. The epidemic in mainland China has never disappeared, but relevant reports from mainland media are almost impossible to find, and information on deaths due to the epidemic has been blocked by the authorities. Recently, people in Yinqing, Jiangsu province revealed that the number of local deaths has increased significantly, the number of people attending funerals has doubled, and the funeral parlors are full. Citizens of Yinqing, Jiangsu, many people died and the funeral parlor was full. Mr. Li, a citizen of Yinqing, Jiangsu province, said that many people have had fever recently, and he himself was affected by it. He continued to cough and became hoarse. I know that many people have died recently. The funeral parlor is full and there is no place to put the bodies. He revealed that his friend's mother passed away, and it turned out that the body was to be placed in a funeral home. I was going to pay my respects, but he said that the funeral parlor was full and there was no other way. So I went to a funeral parlor far away. When I went to pay my respects, I saw a lot of people attending the funeral. Mr. Chen, a netizen in the area, told reporter that recently there have been more funerals in the local area, much more than before. In rural towns, my father often presides over funerals for other people. He told me that there are more funerals than before, and the workload this winter must be twice as much as before. Sometimes 2 families a day ask my father for help, and he is too busy, so I declined and could only go to one house. Wang He, a netizen in Suzhou City, Jiangsu province, said that there are more people infected with the virus in the period before the Chinese New Year. I think all those who have fevers and colds this year are infected with the new coronavirus, Chinese Communist Party virus. But now the government no longer mentions the new coronavirus, and there is no word about it. I feel it should still be the new coronavirus. Wang He mentioned that many people have died recently. I know a few people who have passed away. One of my colleagues, who was only 50 years old this year, had cancer and passed away. He was still considered a young adult. He also said that there are many people suffering from cancer now. Among my colleagues in my workplace, there are a lot of people suffering from cancer. There are also a lot of friends who have cancer, and there are also more people suffering from myocardial infarction, cerebral infarction, and cerebral hemorrhage. There are all kinds of strange things. There are a lot of strange diseases now.